The last movie we watched this week was Nico's pick, the 2018 Marvel superhero film, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Tell us all about it.
Dude, Into the Spider-Verse, this is a film about Spider-Man and what it means to be Spider-Man. In this film, we have not Spider-Man, we have Miles Morales. He's not Spider-Man, he'll never be my Spider-Man, hashtag not my Spider-Man. So, Miles ends up getting bit by a dang old little bug, okay, a spider as it were. And it turns out this is one of them weird radioactive spiders that turns into Superman, not Superman, Spider-Man. And he ends up seeing the real Spider-Man, Peter Parker, get murdered right before his eyes. And with Peter's dying breath, he tells him, hey, you need to become Spider-Man. Anyone can be Spider-Man. And Miles says, I can't be Spider-Man, but he has to become Spider-Man. That's what this film is all about. Miles and a bunch of other Spider-Man are going to destroy Kingpin and his big evil multidimensional machine that's going to merge the dimensions together so Kingpin can get his daughter and wife back, who he got murdered while trying to kill Spider-Man, and that's the movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here's my haiku as inspired by Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Are you going to be are you going to be speaking your haiku as 4 different multi-dimensional Tanners?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
All right.
A great hero dead. A kid in over his head. All can wear the mask. That was terrible. That last line is terrible. I couldn't think of a good one.
Now read the haiku again, but as a noir Tanner.
A great hero dead. A kid in over his head. All can wear the mask.
Fantastic. Now let's hear it as an anime Tanner.
Okay, let's move on. We don't need it. This bit is overdone.
Jackson.
Me?
Jackson.
Yes, sir. Jackson, you lead us off.
What was your opinion on the anime Spider Girl? I want to hear your hot take on it.
She's hot. I want to fuck her. Next question.
I have basically nothing to say. She's just a caricature of anime, and I think it's okay.
Damn.
I think she's the least interesting of the extra Spider-Man that come out. To be honest, I think Spider Noir is cooler. The fucking cartoon pig guy has got a lot more personality. There's another one, right?
Gwen.
Spider-Gwen, yeah.
Yeah, Gwen. I was thinking somebody that wasn't her. Spider-Gwen honestly has a lot more personality because she's like an actual fucking character.
Yeah.
The other Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, him too, but he's also an actual character, and like the other fuckwits that just come out to just fill up the cast list.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just kick off the discussion of this movie. I think honestly it's fantastic. It has incredibly good art direction. I'm a big fan of this art style. It's super pretty. I think the pacing of this movie is really, really well done. They do a good job introducing all the characters and the themes of everything, and then slowly rolling it out with rising action. All the characters are really fucking likable, too, and I think all their motivations are really solid and understandable. Especially, obviously, Miles' character arc to, like, kind of fit into his role as Spider-Man is very well done. I really don't have a whole lot to talk about this movie from like a negative perspective, I'm going to be honest.
I mean, just like in general, this feels like a difficult movie to talk about in really any respect, because it's just like, what do you say other than like, this is a really insanely good movie?
Dude, this movie kicked ass. I remember watching it in the movie theaters. I went with a bunch of my friends to go watch it. I fucking love this movie. The soundtrack is crazy. I love the fucking soundtrack. It's so good. The art style, I agree with Jackson. I think the art style is kick ass. If I was to rate the spider people in this movie, I'd probably go, if we're counting Miles, probably Miles, Spider-Gwen, Peter Parker, Spider-Noir, Porky Pig, Pork, whatever the pig one, and then the anime girl.
Spider-Ham.
Yeah, whatever. I kind of remember thinking at the end of the movie, I was like, wow, this anime girl, she sure was here. I don't know what she did, really. She built the thumb drive.
She repaired the thingamabob.
Yeah.
But even then, I was like watching her in action, I was like, she really didn't do much, like in the fight scenes and all that. She was kind of just support, I guess. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But this movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I agree. You know, this movie, it's heartfelt, it's action-packed, it's funny, it's sad in the right way, like in a contemplative way, you know? It's well-paced. And what's interesting about this one is I feel like it feels longer than its actual runtime, but like in a good way, because
there's just so much content in it, you know?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Like it feels longer, but in a way that like, oh, I am so glad that I'm so invested in this world and paying so much attention that it feels longer than like, how long is this movie?
Hour and a half.
It's not an hour and a half.
I'll double check.
It's probably
I'm pretty sure it's like an hour 54.
Something like that. But yeah, every scene feels meaningful, you know? They're not just like
Yes.
throwing some dumb bullshit in there.
Yeah, there's zero bullshit in this movie, I'd say. You know, obviously it's beautiful, it's unique. I got genuine chills still. I've seen this movie probably 3 or 4 times now, probably 5 times now. I still get genuine chills when Miles finally puts on his costume and, you know, it does the thing where he jumps off the building and he's swinging on his way to go join them on their mission. I get chills watching that. It's such a good scene.
Hell yeah.
This is just one of those movies that really understands why superheroes as a concept exist and is able to articulate that in a meaningful way. And this, I tried my damnedest to find a complaint about this movie, and this is the only complaint that I could come up with. And that is the glitching thing. It comes off very plot devicey. Like, they just kind of glitch when they need to remind you they'll glitch sometimes. Like, it didn't really feel like something that was very organic. It was very, like, contrived and plot devicey. That's the only complaint I could really find.
Yeah, it never happens just like, you know, in the middle of like a conversation that they're having or like in like a fight scene or some shit like that. It's like, hey, we need you to do this now.
Yeah, it's very movie
I
in
mean,
that way.
to be fair though, against that, towards the end when they're doing the final assault on like the tower and everything, you do see them kind of just casually glitching out in like the in-between scenes. So not a solid argument against it, but at least it's in there.
Yeah, they do throw it in there occasionally, but like in that example, like when they do that, like it also doesn't really impede them from continuing to do the thing they're trying to do.
I'd say really
Which,
my only
whatever.
complaint with this film is like when Miles is like, you know, he's finally putting on the mask and all that stuff. He's suiting up as Spider-Man. He's like jumping off of like the building and stuff like that. And like here, like, you know, like all these things he's been told throughout the movie. But like during that scene, we're also like hearing a conversation they had with his dad like 2 minutes before this. It's like we just heard this. I feel like it would be perfectly fine, just like, you know, if it's just like the music or whatever in the background. I don't think that we need to have like this exposition to like remind us of what's happening. We get it, okay?
Yeah, honestly,
I can kind of agree with that.
I think for me, the biggest thing I was a little annoyed with, and basically every complaint I could say about all of this, there is some explanation you could give as to why it works, is mostly just like the whole antagonist setup with like the fucking reactor thingamabob machine, and just kind of like that as a concept and like the motivations behind using that. Like obviously the fucking big guy realized that it was going to work after their test because it brought back a bunch of Spider-Men, and, you know, fucking the Dr. Octopus girl saw that, and that's why she wanted to, like, continue with it, even though it's, like, super dangerous and unstable and all this blah, blah, blah. But, like, as a concept for me, I don't know. It just doesn't really seem... I don't even really know how to articulate my
Jackson
point
doesn't
on it.
believe in love.
No, it's not that.
What? He'd risk a black hole to save his wife and son? That's fucking stupid.
No, it's not. It's not even his motivations behind wanting to do it. I think that's understandable. I think it's mostly just like the risk behind using the machine and like the characters that are like willing to do it, even knowing the risk. Like I don't understand. Like if like they saw what happened to the world, I don't know why the fuck there's even like a team of people like allowing this to happen. Like obviously the big guy is paying them to do it. But, like, if the whole fucking world's gonna get torn apart, why the fuck do they want to even do this? There's also, like, the tropey shit with, like, how it works just fundamentally. Obviously, they're, like, making a joke about it, like, oh, this is just, like, the thing that, like, does this thing, you know, the goober, whatever. And, like, we're gonna plug this thing in, and it's all just gonna work out, and it's gonna teleport back, but I don't know. Obviously, they're making fun of it being, like, just some shaky, stupid, like, shit you're not supposed to think about. But I'm thinking about it, because it's stupid. And, you know, obviously, the movie's poking fun at itself for that, but, you know, I also do think it's a little lazy.
Dude, come on. Just admit that your real problem is you don't like that Miles is black.
He's not black, though. He's half black.
That's not real. I'm sorry, Dylan.
That's a controversial take.
What do you mean that's not real? What's not real?
Well, Jackson?
I rest my case.
Alright, whatever. I missed whatever we were talking about, apparently.
Alright, so folks, do you have any final thoughts on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I mean, that's a fantastic movie. I mean, there's nothing that can go wrong with it. It's one of those movies that you can watch over and over again and never be tired of. What probably annoyed me the most is the Penny Parker chick, the anime chick. She was fucking annoying. You know, Gwen was a little bit annoying.
What?
I'm not saying she's not my favorite, but some parts I just didn't even care for.
She hates strong female characters.
But I think the best part of the movie for me, honestly, the best villain was probably the Prowler. That was awesome.
The Prowler was really fucking
You can't
cool.
beat that. Like, you cannot beat that. That was awesome. But no, it's not that I don't like Gwen. It's just I felt like she was just doing too much.
I get what you're saying. I think, and like we ended up watching the sequel a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
Sometimes Gwen really comes off as like movie teenager, you know, where the sarcasm gets to be a bit much, and you're like, okay, calm the fuck down.
Or like she just didn't really believe in him like he wanted to, and that just kind of killed it for me. I mean, I know the whole point of the, Spider-Man, but still, like,
Yeah.
I just kind of found her annoying.
I get what you're saying about her, yeah.
Yeah.
And on that high note, Dylan, what are you ranking this movie?
Why do I gotta go first? I went first last time.
It's too bad. What are you ranking it?
I gave this movie an S+. I fucking love this movie.
A solid rating, I'd say. Jackson, how about you?
I gave it S.
An S? Holy smokes. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to give it that. I thought for sure you're going to give it like an A+
Off
or
to
something
a great
like that.
start. Let's go.
No, this is far and above the best movie we've seen in months.
Yeah, 100%.
Factual.
Easy.
I'm personally between S+ and S tier here for me. Like, I really like this movie. Like, it's probably the best animated film we've seen so far.
We've literally seen Wolf Children.
Jackson, fuck off.
Let me ask you this, Nico.
Yeah.
Do you think enough more perfect movies exist to justify this not being an S+?
That's a toughie, dude.
You can always change it later.
I can always change it later.
I'm giving it an S+, by the way.
I assumed you would.
This is it. This is happening.
Yeah, I'll give it an S+. Why not?
Yo, this is happening for the first. Oh, anyway,
Hold on a second. Give it an F. It'd be really
F.
funny.
I think it's alright. A-. Gwen could have been better.
You gotta give your ranking.
Oh, S+.
Fantastic.
Yo,
There
for
we
the
go.
first time in Guapish history, we finally got our S+, baby!
Holy shit.
Guys,
Oh my God.
yeah, no, of course, that puts it at S+. I'm sorry I killed the unanimous 5-way S+.
He ruined it.
Unbelievable.
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
Sorry.
It's fine, dude. No worries.
Do we have
Don't
a
even
unanimous,
worry
or not a
about it.
unanimous F-? Do we have a... Oh, we don't have an F- yet, and I think that's
Yeah, we
partially
don't.
Tanner's fault.
That's
It is partially. What can I say? I just love that sloppy dog shit.
we're gonna get a Serbian film and we're gonna change that.
Oh, yeah.